Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
When it comes to holding XRP, be careful out there, because I'll tell you what, there's no shortage of people that want to see you fail, and they will try and persuade you. They will try and convince you that what you are doing in holding XRP is wrong and it's a huge mistake and you're going to get wrecked. R-E-K-T, because nobody in crypto knows how to freaking spell. When moon, when Lambo, wrecked, R-E-K-T. Well, let me tell you something right now, and I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. You do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my personal opinion because I think it's fun and interesting to talk about this stuff. XRP is absolutely treated different than other cryptos in this space. It is quite the outlier in terms of how it's behaving. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. It gets attacked when other cryptos don't get attacked and when it doesn't make sense. And I will show you exactly what I mean at the beginning portion of this video. And even outside of that, I'll tell you what, there's also no shortage of millionaires and billionaires out there that have lied over the years to you, saying, no, crypto doesn't make sense, we're not getting into it, it's used for nefarious purposes, this or that. And then what do you find? Because again, when they're saying that, they're not making money off the asset class in any capacity whatsoever. There's no investments. They're not offering it to their customers. When these big firms, whether they're banks or hedge funds, whatever, they're not making anything off it, so they're saying all these terrible things. But then what inevitably happens? Wouldn't you know, time passes and they have their kamikaze this moment. They decide they're jumping into crypto. And now they're making money after having persuaded all sorts of people out there that don't know any better that they shouldn't touch this stuff because it's bad. When this is the greatest opportunity for life-changing wealth since the beginning of our species. And that is not an overstatement. Nothing like this has ever happened to the human species in terms of having this type of opportunity. It's a once-in-a-species opportunity. This technology isn't just going to be reinvented and then we have like this type of money flow in. And it's so easy to understand why there's so little money in this space. Once as people continue to recognize the opportunity, more money flows in and you get this multiplier effect resulting in asymmetrical gains relative to any other asset class. It's absolutely incredible. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Damn it. And if you don't like it, well, you can just get out. As I record this, XRP is 73 cents, Bitcoin's at $41,294, market cap for the asset class 1.94 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance moving sideways still, 40.35%. And here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, pretty close to yesterday. It's at 28 out of 100, indicating that those lovable little cuddly lemmings out there, the typical retail speculators, they are in fear. Very cry. And you know what? I'm sad to see that's the case, because it don't make no damn sense, because there's so much opportunity. But before getting into the opportunity at hand, which I'm going to do in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, let me call out this complete nonsense. Here's a headline from 12 hours ago from Cointelegraph, titled, XRP price bounces to 72 cents, but still risks new lows in April. Here's why. Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. How am I going to sleep at night? And that's not the only one. Everybody wants to pile onto XRP. Here's another headline from a website called Investors Observer, and this piece is titled, excuse me, I've been talking too much. I'm going to take a sip of water. I've been talking a lot today. Sorry. Sincere apologies. All right, anyway, this headline is, XRP has a bearish sentiment score, is falling, and underperforming the crypto market Monday. What's next? Oh my gosh, no, I'm extra not gonna sleep probably for 2 days now. Folks, you ever notice that when times are tough, like crypto media outlets, they pile on XRP. Oh, things are really bad for XRP. Let me illustrate something for you to just point out exactly how absurd this is. On your screen right now, this is livecoinwatch.com. Index tracking cryptocurrencies. Right now, what I have on your screen is the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. Look to the right where my mouse is waving. This is the weekly chart. I know it's small. It might be small on your screen, especially if you're on your phone. What do these charts have in common? They look exactly the damn same. Now, of course, throw out Tether, throw out USDC. These are stable coins. They do behave differently. Sure. So throw out number 3 in market cap and number 5. Those are the stable coins. Look at the rest of them. What do you find? These charts look almost exactly the same, almost identical. The price action for the last week, it is what it is. The market moves in tandem. Yet, what are we seeing? We're seeing all of these stories about XRPs going to hell in a handbasket. You ever notice that? They're trying to scare people. It's like it's so disingenuous, and it's just a shame because they're piling. I get it. The hate for XRP is strong. It's the banker's coin, which is hilarious because Bitcoin is substantially more welcomed by banks than XRP. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. A couple of the entities that I was thinking of, by the way, in my intro to this video, when I was talking about people misleading you, saying, nah, crypto doesn't make sense. In fact, it was either JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, is one of those two idiot organizations that said, I guess when was it? Was it 2020? The years kind of blur together, to be honest, at this point, which might sound ridiculous, but I kind of mean that. One of them was saying that it was in like May of 2020, I want to say, unless it was 2021 and I'm mistaken. And regardless, what they said was that that Bitcoin and crypto, it's not even an asset class. It isn't. And then they made their argument. I made a whole video about this, just shredding the concept. It was ridiculous. I remember covering that and just being like, you guys are freaking ridiculous. And once you know it, then they find a way to make money from the space, and now they're all on board. Well, how about that? The thing is, in order to make money in crypto, you need to be in it before everybody else has decided that it makes sense to be in it, which means that you have to go against the grain. As far as I'm concerned, that's a matter of fact statement. You have to go against the grain because almost nobody on the planet holds any crypto, and way fewer hold any XRP or have ever held any XRP. Way less than 1% of humans. So if you hold it, you're in an extreme minority. And then factor in, as I mentioned in another recent video, that out of the 4.1 roughly million wallets, XRP wallets in existence on the entire planet, out of the 4.1 million, about 75% of those wallets, over 3 million of those wallets, hold less than 200 XRP. So if you hold more than that, you are truly in a rare group. There are almost no humans on the planet that have more than that. And so what might not seem like a lot of XRP now might seem like a lot in the future, just like if you had 10,000 Bitcoin over a decade ago, maybe it wasn't that big a deal. Like the first purchase ever it was ever used for was to purchase pizza. I believe it was Papa John's. I think maybe it was 2 pizzas. 10,000 Bitcoin, no big deal at the time, right? Well, that's life-changing wealth for most people now, isn't it? With Bitcoin being at $41,000. So I don't know what XRP is going to be worth in the future if it does get adopted and it ends up being worth substantially more, which I admit isn't if. Nothing's guaranteed in life. Nothing's guaranteed, so you got to make your own risk-reward assessment here. I can't tell you if it makes sense for you to do it, not do it. You make your own call. I've made my call. But I personally do believe that the opportunity is there for it to be worth substantially more in the future, so I'm just not going to fall victim to this nonsense. And take a look at this. This was shared from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Digital Asset Investor, and he wrote, "There are no coincidences." Now, of course, that's literally not true. Coincidences do exist in life. However, his point, I'm not going to nitpick, his point is not lost on me. What's he talking about here? Well, there are a couple of tweets shared. One is from July 14th, 2021. And it's a video clip that goes on for 41 seconds. It's from Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, which is the largest fund of its type on the entire planet. Insane. I forget how much. Don't they have like something stupid like 7 trillion under assets under management? I forgot to check before recording. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's basically like infinite money. That's basically infinite wealth. Call it that. And so there's a quote. This comes from CNBC, their Squawk Box show. This is a quote from Larry Fink, July 14th, 2021, less than a year ago, folks. Reads as follows. "In my last 2 weeks of business travel, not one question has been asked about that." And let me just pause. He's referencing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Anyway, Larry Fink continues. "That is just not part of the focus of retirement and long-term investors. We see very little in terms of investor demand," says BlackRock's Larry Fink on Bitcoin and crypto. And then what did we get? What did we get today? Well, it's after midnight now, so technically yesterday. It counts as the same day for me, though, because I haven't gone to sleep yet. So what did we get today? April 13th, 2022, from Blockworks. "Just in, BlackRock CEO says they're increasingly seeing interest from clients in crypto. Well, how about that? So when you weren't making any money on it, and now you're diving in, as has been reported already. What do you know about that? So what were you doing in the background that we don't know about that made it safe for you to come out and say this? And you can ask, if you're curious, why aren't they saying it beforehand? It's like, well, if they do or don't have, if they don't have it, and it doesn't harm them anyway. Why are they saying all these bad things? And you keep seeing this again from JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. Well, if customers can only have limited funds to put in, XYZ asset class, the more that's going into crypto, the less is going into stuff that they offer. It's as simple as that, frankly. So until they're offering it, they have no interest in promoting it. In fact, they'll speak negatively about it, which is completely ridiculous. Now take a look at this. Here's an article from the Daily Huddle titled "Macro Guru Raoul Pal Says the Low is In for Crypto Markets, Upside Catalyst to Spark New Rallies." And indeed, this is what I see from almost 100% of analysts that I follow. Things are different now. Things are different. Things don't look like they did in 2018 during the bear market. What we're seeing right now, lows probably, and we're going to see movement to the upside. So anyway, it reads as follows. Macro Guru and Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal says that the crypto markets have already seen their lows and that looming catalysts could spark the next industry-wide rally. In a new interview, Paul says that many different developments have showered the crypto space with negative sentiment, yet markets have remained resilient. And according to him, resilience may be a sign that the bottom is in, and here's a quote. "The balance of probabilities is that we made the low last year. We retested the low this year, and I think the low is in. I think we've thrown a war, 8.5% inflation, the Fed raising interest rates, all at crypto. We've thrown the Chinese ban. We've thrown so much at it and didn't make a new low. Usually that's usually a signal the market has found its bottom," end quote. Now, Paul says that a period of economic stagnation could be the spark that triggers the next big bull run in crypto. And here's yet another quote from Raoul Pal. A former Goldman Sachs executive, by the way, is pro XRP. In fact, he thinks it's going to be worth way more. In fact, he was betting on a tenfold increase back when XRP was closer to $1, putting it at somewhere in the $10 range. That's what he's anticipating, especially after we see a positive resolution regarding the SEC versus Ripple case. But anyway, here's his quote. "Now we're looking for what the upside catalysts are. The upside catalyst would be if the economic growth starts slowing. We're likely to then see long-duration assets, things that tend to outperform in low-growth environments, and crypto tends to do very well in that kind of environment, much like Cathie Wood's ARK does. Those kinds of longer-term assets. So that's what we're looking for as the spark, a change in structure so people fear inflation less and start fearing growth more," end quote. Now, according to Paul, the previous 4-year cycle driven by Bitcoin's halvings that best described the crypto market's overall trends is now over. And so this is always a very interesting topic to me, because what we're seeing now is not what we saw 4 years ago and not what anybody was guessing, pretty much. You saw Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, and yeah, it's gone down a bit, but people are still purchasing it. There's no panic. If you look at on-chain metrics, things actually don't look scary at all. We're not seeing these 85% pullbacks. What's with Bitcoin? What's going on? Interesting, right? 4-year cycle, is it broken? Well, here's what Raoul Pal said. "I think 4-year cycles are over because the market is much larger than it was and Bitcoin is not as dominant, so at the margin, the 4-year cycle will have an impact but not as large an impact. For example, the ETH 2.0 thing is going to create a potential dynamic that's different, so I think the cycles have changed, and I think over time, these very volatile trends get less volatile, and we saw that with Amazon in its early days. It's the same with crypto. Now there's 300 million people using it, so what's happening is the volatility dampens," end quote. And I agree with the concept in general that over time, the crypto asset class will become less volatile. I'm not 100% certain what the hell is going on right now, but nobody, to be honest, nobody knows for sure. Some people are overly confident, I'll say that. But nobody actually knows for sure. So people suspect certain things, and I can respect that they suspect certain things. That's perfectly fine. But what's actually going to happen? Are we going to see Bitcoin actually blast off in the new all-time highs? Are we going to see a major pullback? Well, look, I'll even share this. Here's a tweet from think I had one around here.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.